All right. You wanted to know how to do it. We're going to do it. So hopefully we'll get there. Bear with me. Encore can be a beast, and you're going to find out today just why, at least part of it. Eventually, this is what we're going to get to in this first little segment. We're going to preview it. We got our animated in, and it goes to our chapters. We're going to call this one scene, I believe. And this is going to be play movie in the other one. But for now, if I click on chapter 1, this should animate out and go to what you consider our first scene or whatever it is. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to save this real quick. Hold on, let me save this stuff and then we'll come. So basically we're going to make a new project here. I've already saved everything. But for this we're going to call this class animate intro. And for this case we're going to make a dedicated folder because I'm going to have junk everywhere. So we're going to save this to the desktop. That way that's all in there. Make sure it's DVD. Press OK. And then we're going to do Photoshop here. We're going to make a new file. Film and video 720 by 480. Press OK. OK for whatever that is. Don't care. And we're going to make this our background. And then let's go. Let's see. Text. Yeah, Mr. Wolf's gone crazy. Animated. Ooh, wow, that's our same color as our background. Let's go something funky gray. Animated intro. This won 4 Grant Oscars and was nominated for 12, but won 4, so I guess that's pretty good. Animated intro. And then we're going to make a new text layer, maybe shrink this down a little bit, and we're going to, oops, not that. Let's click off of here. There we go. Let's shrink that down, and we'll call this play movie. And then we'll make another new layer, and we'll call this scenes. And maybe what we'll do is we'll take this play movie, we'll offset it a little bit, and we'll take scenes, and we'll bring it down here to where it's underneath. Just like that. Alright, so remember from the other day, maybe if this will work. I wonder if this will work. Yep, highlight them. Oops, nope. Right click, convert to smart object. Right click, convert to smart object. And our animated intro does not need to be converted to a smart object because it's not going to animate. One other thing that we need to do, let's make a rectangle because I like to have lots of things animate in here. Let's make it a funky color blue. Maybe we'll take this and drop that underneath our animated intro. Oop, that is poopy. Yeah, let's try that. There we go. I like that. Woo. Yeah. Maybe let's give it a drop shadow. And like I expect all of this stuff to be super duper in your example for class. Last thing we need to do is we need to import a picture, or open, I should say. Let's import this picture that I had given you. We'll separate this and we'll drag this over. We'll Command T this thing because it's flipping huge, and let's make it, we'll click this link to link it, and let's type in like 20%. Okay, or not. It's not going to let me do it. We'll just do this, bring this up here. I don't know why this is so painful. This picture is ginormous. And let's scale it up to where it's something like that. And this would be a picture. Maybe we'll add a drop shadow to it as well. Maybe just to give it a little bit of character and all that good stuff. So there we have our amazing Photoshop intro here. I expect George to be plenty more exciting. So we're going to save this as class animated menu. And we're going to save this in that folder. You know, it's very important that you start saving things because it's going to be nasty. So we're going to save it into there. So there's that, and we can close out this picture here. Let's come back to Encore, and let's import this as a menu. And we will navigate to that folder, class animated intro. There's our animated PSD. And voila, we have this set to here. Alright, so what do we do? Well, first step, we need to animate this. So we're going to take this, we're going to highlight this. Notice how it says class animated menu. We're going to create an After Effects composition. Now it's very important that we name this something that that we know what it is. So we're going to go class animated. We're going to take menu out. We're going to go class animated in, and I'm going to make it all. You know what? Let's underscore underneath that in. There we go. And I'm going to save this in that folder. So this folder is going to be awesome. It's going to have everything. Notice that After Effects will open up if you don't have it already opened up. Now I've taken my render queue and I've brought it up here just because I'm tired of it being down here. And what we have is we have all the layers of our Photoshop as well as this composition. So if I double click on that, oh crap, hold on. One thing I forgot to do. What didn't we do? We did not make these buttons. So we're going to select Play Movie, Convert to Button, select Scenes, Object, Convert to Button. Now we're going to go back to Menu, Create an After Effects Composition, and we're just going to rename it what we did. It's going to ask us to overwrite it, and we're going to say yeah, because that's what we want to do. Replace, yes, that's what it is. And so now if I double click on this, notice how our scenes and our Play Movie are the buttons in here. Alright, so if you haven't done so, or if your composition isn't set up this way, you need to make sure it's about 5 seconds long. We won't need 5 seconds. We're actually going to be shorter than that. But you know, we don't want it to be 30 seconds and then have to run in and shrink it down even more. So hit OK. Now the important thing is that we want this to look exactly how it's set up in the menu when we animate this in. So the first thing we need to do is let's come over to around 2 seconds. If I type in 200 in my time counter here, my CTI, and we're going to highlight all of these layers except the background because the background isn't going to animate. We're going to press P, and then we're going to hit a keyframe. That way we know where they ended up. Now if I press Command-Alt left arrow, that takes us back to the beginning, and now we can start animating our layers here of our movie, or of our menu. So I'm going to take my scenes and take that off about 750, my Play Movie off to about 750. So now they'll animate in like so. And let's see, layer 1, which is the picture layer, we're going to let's take it up this time. The other time I was going down, but I'm bored with that. And then our shape layer, let's animate it off the stage to, let's say, 200. And our animated intro, we're going to animate it off the stage to -200 as well. So now if I scrub my playhead, we have all of this stuff coming in. And actually, you know what? I don't think I like the picture coming in from the top. So we're going to take it and bring it down to the bottom. So here we go, voila. And of course you can always have things come in offset, so on and so forth. If I ram preview this, it comes in pretty slow, so I'm not really happy with that. So let's take all of these keyframes here and let's bring them back to the 1 second mark. So if we ram preview it again, there it's a little bit faster, so on and so forth. So what we need to do is bring our CTI indicator, or yeah, back to where our second keyframe is, we're going to take our, actually, we're going to click on here. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 more frames to where it will hold that just for a second before it kicks into the other menu. And then we're going to bring this CTI indicator in. We're going to right click and we're going to trim comp to work area. Alright, so with that done, here's the really cool part. Not really. If we had any audio, we could have that in there. And we would have to, hit the lossless part to add the audio output, but we don't have any. So for now, make sure this is saved as class animated in, which is what it is, because we're going to make an out, so it transitions out. And then we're going to hit save, and then we're going to render. Oh, I love that sound. So let's come back to Encore here. Now, we're not importing this as a menu. This is an actual movie, so I can just double click on the project window, and if I navigate to my desktop, my class animated intro, there's my class animated in. If I hit play, voila, there it is. Hit open, and there is what we have so far. Here, we need to select this class animated in. We're going to go to create a new item, and it's going to be a timeline in this case. And then the other thing we have to do is we have to tell the DVD player, whether it be a computer or whatever, that this is going to be the first thing that we play. So we just need to select this class animated in, and we choose set as first play. So it'll, as soon as you put the DVD in, that will come in, bala bam, bala bam, bala bam. Once it reaches the end of the menu, and make sure you have this selected, not this one, because it won't be there. Notice we have our end action set, we have our lovely little pick whip, and I love this part. Watch what happens. Whoop! See how it flips back? I could sit here and do this all day. I swear the developers did that just on purpose to distract people. So we'll take this and we will set it to go to the animated menu, and if we preview, notice what happens. It comes in, bala bam. Now obviously our scenes, oh my, here we go. Love when little ones wake up. Alright, so as you can see, preview from here, oops, no. Let's preview this. So we'll take this, it comes in, and there we go. So far, so good. And let's see where we're going to go from next. The next thing that we need to do is go back into After Effects. So we're going to minimize this. And the cool thing is that we've already rendered out our animated in. So we're going to go to File, we're going to go to Import, and we're going to get Import File. And class animated intro, there's the class animated in. So we're going to take this movie, we're going to import that. Notice how it is in here. So if we take this and we hit a new comp, if we double click on it, no, that's not going to do it. So let's make a new composition. Yeah. So we need to take this and what we just imported, which is our class animated in, we're going to drag this on top of our new composition, and it will have the same settings, the same size, yada yada yada, that we have of the file. Now, normally we see stuff like this set up. To animate this out, there's a really easy and quick way to do this. But you need to click this little icon right here where it says expand or collapse the in-out duration stretch panes. And in here, we can actually fix this with one simple step, but do not ask me why you have to do this. It's kind of like you breathing. You got to breathe or you're going to die. Well, you have to do this or it won't work. we have to take this and we have to slide this over a little bit. Let's say 15 frames. Doesn't have to be in the middle. It could be somewhere close. And we're going to take this stretch and we're just going to put a minus before the 100 and hit OK. And now notice what happens. It animates out. Now let me do this for a second. Let's say I don't move this over and I take the stretch and I put a minus in front of it. Look, it doesn't, it's not there, okay? So we need to move this over a little bit to give it some room and then put a minus in front of it, and actually let's move it about halfway. Come on. Minus 100, and there we go. So, and actually, I think I need to move it over a little bit farther because that's driving me nuts. Minus 100. Okay. Let's get it a little bit more. Yeah. Alright, looks a little bit better. Okay, so now that we have that, that's it. So we need to come over to our composition. We're going to add to render queue, and instead of calling animated in, we're going to call this class animated out, and I'm going to save that into that folder, and then I'm going to hit render. And again, we love that sound. We'll come back to Encore, and we're going to animate, or we're going to import the class animated out movie as an asset there. Okay, so that's what we have so far. I have this animated in here, and the cool thing about this is that when we set this to be our first play, this had to be nested in its own timeline. Well, we're going to use this little transition property over here to get to the animated out, and it does not have to be within our in a timeline of itself. Let me check this to make sure it works. I'll be right back. Should be good. So we click on our transition here, and where it says asset, we're going to pick with this. And again, whoop, I love that. I told you I could sit and play with that all day. That's just the coolest thing since sliced bread. We're going to click this and pick whip it over to class animated out. And both of these scenes have to do, both of these buttons have to do that, because whether it goes to the play movie or whether it goes to your scene selection, you want this animated out to happen. Okay? So then we're going to come back to basic, and we're going to go to where it says link. And right now we don't have, a movie playing. We have our animated in or animated out, but we don't have an actual movie to go to, or even scenes for that matter. So let's go to File, let's import as an asset. Hold on. I'm going to pick a movie here. Guess it doesn't really matter. Yeah, it's those movies, motion DVD menu that I originally was going to send to you. So let's do that. Simple intro. We'll do this one. Nope, I like this one. All right, so we'll do that. And now, here's the tricky part. Just as we did with this animated in to get it first play, we have to take this, highlight this, and make it its own timeline. Okay, so now we have the simple intro, which would be like the whole movie, and then we have the actual parts. Okay, so we're going to go back to our animated menu here, click on the play movie, and the link, we're going to pick whip this. Oh, one more time I had to do that, sorry. We're going to pick whip that to the simple intro movie. Now, if all goes according to plan, we'll hit preview. This opens up, highlights over, and if we go to play movie, it fades out. And there we go. Our movie would be playing. So what, the one thing I will say that we'll probably have to end up doing is you'll have to put everything into one movie. It's not like we're going to make, a movie here, a movie there, a movie with your Photoshop files or whatever in it, and then take all three of these movies, dump them in. I think what will end up happening is we will have to put it all into one movie, set our chapters there, our scenes there, and then that's how we'll have to do it. But for now, I'll preview this one more time. Notice how it comes in. Pretty cool. Sits there. And then we go to play movie. Fades out. And there is some dead space. And that should be pretty good. So that is it for now. And we will continue later on with the next movie. Yep, Aiden likes it too. And so I hope you are getting it. And we'll see you in the next part. So, later.